this season.
Just about set to go here. There you see Hunter Tyson, one of the starting five for the Tigers. In the home whites. The Knights in the road red. Love this matchup, T.O. I think the first 4 minutes going to tell us a lot about the pace of this game with these two teams.
Well, I think right out of the gate, what you're going to see is Bellarmine is going to swing that ball from side to side whenever they do retain possession. It's a very methodical, very slow team when it comes to attacking the rim.
Tigers have it first. Talked about Chase Hunter in the open. He's been facilitating there. A nice feed. And Middlebrooks misses, gets the follow. Ben Middlebrooks with the first bucket of the night.
That was an excellent pass to the roller. Middlebrooks needs to catch that and make the first one. That might happen against Bellarmine, who's a little bit undersized compared to the Tigers during ACC play. He's got to go up and dunk that ball.
You see the starting five for the Knights. All good ball handlers, very interchangeable.
Number 5
starting lineup.
I'm sorry, Qualk, number 5, Peter Suter, the leading scorer for this squad. Didn't score in their opener against Louisville, but Clemson's off to the races. This is when they can be good in transition, but you got to make layups, Qualk.
Hunter Tyson, a very good rebounder there, a lazy pass. Here's Suter on the break, and he ties the score.
And Suter, like I mentioned, 0 points in their opener, 23 and 24 in the second and third contest. He's somebody to keep an eye on. He can get out in the passing lanes and get easy layups, but where he excels is as a big guard they can post up within their offense.
You see the Tigers starting five, same unit they've used throughout the season. P.J. Hall, preseason all-conference, will come off the bench shortly. Still working his way back. Hemingway stepped on the line, and as we change possession, how about a look at some keys to the game, T.O.?
Where you're going to get a peek at Bellarmine's offense here on this possession. Clemson needs to guard the full 30 seconds. And as soon as I say that, they get really close to the cup. But this is how it's going to happen. Bellarmine, side-to-side offense, make that defense shift, and then they like to take advantage of cuts off the ball and mismatches whenever they're able to attain them.
On the left wing, this is Tipton. They'll swing it around. Pull up two-point jumper off the mark, no good from Suter, and out of bounds to the Tigers. A lot of ball reversals here for Bellarmine. Good ball movement for the Tigers to get a bucket.
And there he is, just exerting his size and physicality. Middlebrooks, not a small dude. 6'10", 230 pounds, 235 pounds. He has that physical advantage. But Bellarmine's tough. They're going to start boxing out at a higher rate. He's got to make that first one. It's important.
Hemingway thought he had a three and fell down, and Galloway's shot's blocked, but a foul.
I think Galloway got a little fortunate. I thought that was a clean block coming over on the side. Tipton closed out a little bit late, but Galloway getting ready to go. Well, that's about as clean as you can get. He did get the body after he blocked the shot, though. Galloway, a Boston College transfer, has been a pleasant surprise so far, not only because he can shoot the basketball, struggled last year from the field, Qualk, but defensively, just a really strong young man. He can guard multiple positions. Him and Tipton are going to have a nice matchup.
Second free throw up and good for Brevin. 92% in the early going. Small sample, but 11 for 12. Interesting, I know we're only 2 minutes in. The Tigers have missed twice, but the guys that missed the shots have grabbed their own rebounds. If Clemson can get after the offensive glass, they're going to be tough for Bellarmine. Here go the Knights. Again, lots of ball reversals. Few dribbles.
You'll see the ball moves consistently. Clemson's work off the ball has to be ready. You cannot lose track of your man, especially on some of these shuffle cuts. As Hunter Tyson gets in position and draws the charge. That's 2 on Bellarmine's Tipton. That's big. Hunter Tyson getting out in front. He's a terrific defender, the team's best charge taker. Little embellishment never hurts, Qualk, but he was in right position, and a little forearm doesn't help from Tipton.
Oh, you're right about that. He may be helped just a little bit, but as you said, when you beat the offensive player to the baseline, you're entitled to that space. Hemingway, quick trigger. First rebound of the day for the Knights. And a technical foul called already against Scott Davenport.
Head coach Davenport really irate.
And you could tell he's not happy. Now watch this.
He's on the bottom side, and he chases the referee down. He's obviously upset about a call. It didn't seem like it was too outlandish, Kwok, but nonetheless, Coach Davenport, he's won a lot of games defending his guys. And wanted a foul on the arm.
I just want to say, I think a lot of people watching were as inquisitive as I was in that replay, looking at Coach Davenport trying to explain what he said. 17-14 to go in the first half, and when you're a head coach, you're bringing your team to an ACC school like that. That's a rough way to start. Galloway, we mentioned, he's only missed one free throw all season. He missed a couple. Now the Knights with the ball.
The ball just continues to move side to side. Clemson not going to get out and pressure the passing lane so much, so they have to shell up and be good off the basketball.
5 on the clock. Floater, air ball long for Suter. Here comes Chase Hunter. He's so good on the break, making good decisions. He's going to fire a three, knocks it down.
And that's where he's really improved, Kwok. So far this year, he's hit absurd percentages, 63.6%. And he has his feet set. He's playing with confidence and really good balance.
On the wing, Bash Wieland. Whistle, and it looked like Kurt Hopp stepped on the line. Rough start for Bellarmine right now, just not able to get what they're looking for offensively. And when you, as you talked about, when you're playing a low possession game, you got to make sure you maximize those.
That's exactly right. And Clemson maintaining their pressure off the ball, pushing those catches out a little bit more, and out of bounds call for Bellarmine. But Clemson offensively, too, it's been a nice opening so far. The ball's moving quickly, and I thought that Alex Hemingway got fouled on that jump shot, Kwok.
Yeah, it sure looked like some contact there, but no call. Again, Bellarmine going to work the ball. Clemson doing a good job in rotation here in the early going. In the corner, Ben Johnson. Deep three, good. Justin Betts knocks it down, the grad student.
Justin Betts, the preseason ASUN Defensive Player of the Year. He has kind of an awkward shot. He holds it way out in front of his face, but he's fairly effective. But he's a big switchable guard, really gets up, forces turnovers at a high rate for Bellarmine.
Tigers a lot of ball fakes early, and then the three, like that one from Tyson.
And Bellarmine plays a version of the pack line. They're not going to get too far out in front, a little bit like Virginia. And Bellarmine, as they move the basketball, the slowest team in the country as far as tempo is concerned, but it doesn't matter if Kurt Hopp is going to be able to knock down shots as well.
Couple threes for the Knights here to answer the Tigers, and we've got ourselves a track meet at the moment.
Track meet is relative
you're right.
to these two teams.
Relative to expectations, we'll say. You got to keep me honest here. Hemingway trying to answer. Middlebrooks goes up for a rebound, and a foul is called on the board as Middlebrooks got him with the body. Chase Hunter's three going to break here.
And it's just ball has been moving at a high level. Nice ball fake, Hunter Tyson, and Chase Hunter, he's been doing that well this season. Tigers up early.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
When 140-mile-per-hour winds come out of nowhere and try to wipe you off the map. When you look up and see sky where your roof used to be. When the power is out and stays out for 7 or 8 or 10 days. When the phone lines are down and the cell phones have all gone dead, you find out who your friends are. Because the worst brings out our best.
When you start with better ingredients, better pizza, you also get better papadillas. Better cheese sticks, better yummy this, and better tasty that. Get any two or more for just $6.99 each. That's Papa John's.
score low prices and great deals at Target. Get low prices on gifts, holiday decor, and more. Deals so good you can holiday your way. Only at Target.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo, where you get the whole place to yourself. So it's always just you and your Gators.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
Feels like a change is coming.
True story. This early season banger isn't just a battle of all Americans.
These guys know how to play.
It's between two of the best teams in the land. Experience number 4 Kentucky, number 2 Gonzaga. Sunday at 7:30 on ESPN.
Clemson an 11-8 lead early. Now here's a look at what happened as we went to break. And already a technical foul for Scott Davenport. Obviously, T.O. not thrilled with that.
Well, he thinks Clemson's being overly physical on the perimeter. And he's a Rick Pitino disciple. He's been around some big-time coaches. He's been at Bellarmine for a while, but was with Pitino at the beginning of his time at Louisville. An excellent coach in his own right. He's done it at a high level for a long time and won a national championship at the Division II level.
Yeah, he just won his 400th career game. Quite a mark, a 753 win percentage, so he knows what winning ball looks like, and certainly he's got the Knights off to a good start this season.
See, the ball just continues to move. This is going to be a reoccurring theme today. And a big one's going to be how the big men for Bellarmine shoot the basketball. Can they pull out Clemson's 5 men?
3 to shoot. Got to hoist it. 3 off the mark. And a rebounding foul as Whelan missed the jumper. It's going to go against Langdon Hatton, sophomore from Georgetown, Indiana. William and Mary transfer.
Then you get your first look at P.J. Hall trying to box out. Little push in the back. Quality defensive possession. Little embellishment. Never hurt anybody.
There's 2 embellishment references if you're keeping track at home.
I'm all for a little embellishment as long as the flop technical isn't called. And I like this lineup out for Clemson right now. Shiflin and P.J. Hall both in the game. Shiflin, number 4 for the Tigers. Typically more of a 5-man who can step out and knock it down. Playing at the 4, Tigers go ultra big and look to dominate on the boards a little bit more.
Nice little hook. Look at that move by Justin Betts to the baseline.
Justin Betts going old school with the hook shot in the glass. You don't often see that from a guard standing about 6'3" qual. But that's where Bellarmine can beat you on some of these baseline flex cuts. They come out, they get you in the post, and then because they use some of their length at the guard spot, inverting their offense, if you will.
Hemingway gets the shooter's roll.
They call that a members bounce clock. So far, Hemingway 0 of 3. The guy who puts in as much work as him, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt with the rim on some of those.
P.J. Hall with the deflection. Tigers looking to run here. Chase Hunter, no-look feed to Shefflin.
And that's just a quality rim run by Ian Shefflin. Getting out past his man. Chase Hunter has excellent vision, especially in the semi-break. There's nobody playing with more confidence this season so far than Chase Hunter.
Now 16 assists to 3 turnovers for a guy who really is more of a combo guard. There's an answer 3. That's Johnson who delivers for the Knights, and the lead's cut in half.
He's the only freshman on the team that's going to get any sort of significant playing time. Mr. Basketball in the state of Kentucky last season. He can really knock it down from the perimeter. Just another cerebral player for the Knights.
P.J. Hall trying to move it somewhere. Skip pass. Lots of extra passing for the Tigers. No good from Shefflin out of the corner.
I haven't seen one bad possession offensively so far for the Tigers. Ball is moving at a high level. Shots aren't falling as much as you would like, but you're still getting quality looks.
Bellarmine working the ball late in the clock. There's a three. Left point way short. Betts missed it, but a second chance here with 15 to shoot now. And a steal by Shefflin, and here come the Tigers.
Nice decision. Chase Hunter realizes the defense is back. Get back, settle your guys down, and get it to the horse inside. Watch PJ work.
Hall, a little bit strong on the hook.
Still not 100% healthy, learning to play with balance again after having some trouble with that right knee. You see the band, or the legging rather, compression sleeve.
I like legging.
I like legging more. It's coming up towards Christmas. Big leggings guy.
Make a note. Three on the way. Knocked down. And just like that, we're tied as Ben Johnson rips the cord.
Mr. Johnson has come ready to play. It seems like he shows up against ACC teams. 2 of 2 so far, and that one wasn't that close to the three-point line, Qualk.
P.J. Hall looking to respond. Yes, sir.
Top of the key is his spot. If he's going to shoot one from beyond the arc, P.J. Hall, right at that top of the key. He sees it. He's even with the backboard. Quality shot, quality pass to set him up.
8 for 15, the two teams combined from downtown right now. Great start if you like sharpshooting, which I would say both of your broadcasters do. There's another one. How about Hatton getting into the act?
Langdon Hatton, it wasn't necessarily the smoothest shot I've ever seen, Qualk, but it doesn't matter if it's effective. Had plenty of time, and that goes back to what I was saying. The 5-man, if they can pull P.J. Hall out, he's going to have to defend out on the perimeter a lot today.
Double team on Shefflin. Chase Hunter, too strong, and a good box out there by Bellarmine. Alec Freem clears the glass. And a shot clock issue is going to lead us to a timeout on the floor. Some good three-point shooting, T.O.
Both teams are knocking them down at a high rate early here, Qualk. Knocking down shots. Ball movement has been crisp. And Bellarmine coming out ready to play. Clemson as well. P.J. Hall, top of the key. You can forget about it. We got a battle.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959.
Then we took a hard left in East Africa.
A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter.
And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge.
But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
Keenan. Hey, Keenan. Looking good.
Feeling good. I just found all these cars on Auto Trader.
Wow.
I wait for the best part there, Microwave. A dealer is going to deliver this car to our home.
Never leave home. Never leave home.
Oh, it's here. There is one thing I can't do from home. Drive.
Someone stop him.
Keenan! Get the lead refrigerator. Roll out.
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. I wonder what my 11th will be.
Hey, you're trash!
Living rent-free in a hockey player's head?
Or maybe just make some noise!
What's your 11th?
With DirecTV, I can get live TV and on demand together. Football, Housewives. Football, Housewives. Football, Housewives.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
The Housewives are on the field. I repeat, the Housewives are on the field.
I just want to talk! Who flips the table?
Get your TV together. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to save up to $120.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo, where you get the whole place to yourself. So it's always just you and your Gators.
I got a load full of paprika, garlic, black pepper, and salt for the all-new breading-free blackened chicken sandwich. Do you copy?
Copy that.
You think others will copy us?
Let them try. Introducing the new blackened chicken sandwich. No breading, all flavor.
Feels like a change is coming.
There's a look at head coach Brad Brownell, year 13 here as the Tigers head coach. He's got a team he really likes, T.O., trying to get back to the postseason for the 7th time.
And he's got some freshmen he really likes. Some of those guys checking in right now, Dylan Hunter, Chauncey Wiggins, both coming into the ball game, but somebody's had a tremendous amount of success here. Got him to the Sweet 16 a few seasons ago, made the tournament over the past several seasons, or a few seasons, if you will. Defense first is obvious with Coach Brownell, but for the most part, consistency, guys are graduating, and they're doing a nice job as far as competing on a night-to-night basis in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Interesting to see Wiggins on the floor. He has played 3 minutes in the season thus far.
And Coach Brownell told me, I want to get Wiggins in the game in the first half because he deserves it. He's got good length. He can get out and defend. And he's got a lot of talent, Qualk. 6'9", 205 pounds, long wingspan, can shoot a little bit. Somebody that's going to have to grow into a bigger role because he's not quite ready yet. But when you're that big and that skilled, there are times you're going to have success as Hunter Tyson knocks down another one.
Another 3 for the Tigers. That's 5, and Hunter Tyson continues to play well. He's got 6.
He's been Mr. Dependable for this team this season. Right, he's somebody that these young guards, whenever they enter the game, they can rely on a little bit at the 4 position. I mean, he should be reliable. He's 30, it seems.
Alex Hemingway whistled for the foul. Another look at that Tyson 3. Good give across the floor from Wiggins.
Hunter Tyson always moving with his hands in position, ready to fire away. He's turned into a consistent threat from beyond the arc. That wasn't what he did coming out of high school. It's something he's worked towards.
Well, and he's off to a bit of a slow start in that regard this year. He's just 3 for 14 coming into the game tonight from 3. You wonder if, a guy makes a decision to come back, maybe pressing a little bit. Coach Brownell's talked about that a time or two. Late in the clock, Dylan Hunter guarding. Nice move inside, kick to the corner. And standing on the line is Suter. Again, the Tigers, you mentioned it, they've got to defend the entire clock. They've done an excellent job of that the first 11.5 minutes.
Well, especially off the basketball. Chase Hunter getting out, showing towards the ball. Betts trying to penetrate a little bit, and then forcing Bellarmine to play further away from the basket, and that makes things a lot more difficult.
A couple of subs in the game for the Knights.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo.
He's a bucket. Clemson up 4 heading into the break.
On the spot, 10 seconds on the clock, gonna show them what we got to offer. If you want, you can make it to the top, gotta focus on the goal. The winner takes all, pass the ball, reach for the stars, no stopping us. Winner takes all. The winner takes all.
Took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959.
Then we took a hard left in East Africa.
A right at Baja.
A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge.
But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
It's bow time. Some folks say don't call it a comeback. But when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back for a limited time in all its tender, marinated glory, go ahead, call it a comeback. It's bow time.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away.
Get 0% APR on the 2023 Tucson, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
With DirecTV, I can get live TV and on demand together. Football, housewives. Football, housewives. Football, housewives.
Whoops.
Oh, no.
The housewives are on the field. I repeat, the housewives are on the field.
I just want to talk!
Who flips the table?
Get your TV together. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to save up to $120.
When an inland hurricane called the derecho cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, we learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
It's Tim Tebow in a Verbo. Where you get the whole place to yourself. So it's always just you and your Gators.
Already a good start for Chase Hunter. You see him there right behind his brother. And boy, oh boy, Dylan's getting a heck of a tutorial from his older brother this year about how to improve from one year to the next.
Well, both from the Westlake area in Atlanta. And Chase Hunter is an interesting story. He struggled with injuries for the majority of his time at Clemson, took a medical red shirt. But in high school, his AAU team, it was him and Anthony Edwards. It was 1 and 2, and both of them were scoring a lot. And he's never really been able to catch his footing until this season. And, buddy, is it paying off, especially in this game here early, knocking down shots, 3 assists so far. But he's been brutally efficient. He's passed the ball at a high level, and he's always been a good defender. And he has all those physical tools that you want in a lead guard.
Knights continuing to move the ball side to side. Getting into scoring time now. This is Tipton. Gonna have to throw it up there. Tipton from deep. High rebound, and Tyson clears it.
Clemson has just built a wall with all 5 guys moving at a high level, and that's got to be a flopping situation. And this is a new call this year, and I'm sure everybody's who's watched college basketball far, it's been an emphasis for the officials. And here's the rule. If you're called for a flop, you get one free throw. Ball does not change possession. The other part of that rule is you can get 3 of them. On the third one, you are ejected from the basketball game. So that is something significant that I'm not sure a lot of people really realize. We've always talked about the 1 technical per guy, but if it gets to 3 and it gets egregious, that player is now disqualified from the basketball game.
So in other words, it's not prohibitive to get 1, and especially if you're going to miss a free throw there. Let's look at it.
And there was a little contact after the ball was released, but they're trying to get rid of this extra. If you get hit on the hand, just let it go. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you, Clark. If they did this while I was playing, like I would have averaged 2 technicals a game just off that. But it is a Class B technical. It's not a Class A technical. So that it is 1 free throw, ball doesn't change possession, and you continue to play.
Well, the best thing about it is it makes the officials' job easier, because ultimately the goal is you get the flopping out, then the official doesn't have to worry about it. So when a guy falls, he actually needed to fall. Knights down 4. Deep 3 straight away, knocked down. Beautiful stroke from Sam DeVault.
How about that? Sam DeVault pulling out P.J. Hall. Like P.J., he's not somebody that loves to guard out on the perimeter. When he's inside about 15 feet, he can be a solid defender. But whenever he's pulled out, he's going to have to move his feet, and especially coming off of injury, Qualk, that's going to make it more difficult. He can be a quality rim. He's getting mauled, but he can be a quality rim protector, but at the same time, he's got to get out and cover it. But this was deep.
He's on the paw. That's Terrence Oglesby range right there.
Once upon a time, Qualk. Once upon a time.
But nonetheless, right now, you could hit those.
Yeah, of course. It's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous assumption to think you wouldn't.
1-1 for P.J. Hall here. Already got a 3-pointer on the ledger and knocks down his first free throw.
Such a talented player, Qualk. And Bellarmine's going to send a lot of guys at him whenever he receives the ball in the post. They're going to double him. They're going to come from the low side sometimes, from the high side sometimes. He's got to be able to read the defense and make the correct decision. But that's something he's proven he can do. He's become a better passer since he arrived on campus.
PJ still working his way back. He didn't do a lot of basketball activities in the offseason, a lot of cardio, and doctors originally said he wouldn't play till December, and this is his 3rd game of the year. Bounce pass to the block. Suter up in traffic, gets it to go.
And Suter's so diverse in how he can score. I almost said that's a great defensive possession by Brevin Galloway, getting out, contesting, making the ball go back out. But Peter Suter, he is a quality 3-man, inside, outside. He can do both of them.
Now a chance to take the lead as the Knights move into the forecourt. And a whistle underneath. Foul coming here. That's on DeVault. Now look at this shot. You got a spin move. Maybe a little hezzy there.
It's close. Might have been an extra step. But regardless, Suter be at 6'5" and pretty broad shoulders. He can get over top of somebody like Galloway, who's more 6'2", 6'3" range. But Alex Hemingway can't leave him open.
That's what happens. Tigers back up 4 on another 3. That's 7 in the first half for Clemson. Knights continue to run this offense. Really, the Tigers have not been out-leveraged. They've been in good position throughout. The shots that the Knights have hit have been deep or contested, and they're capable of making them.
And they continue to be in the right position. Defensively have been pretty good, but you have to take care of the ball. That's a big-time block shot by P.J. Hall. You have to finish out possessions with defensive rebounds. You can get out and run, use your athleticism a little bit.
First block of the day for P.J. Hall. Another look at it off the miss from Tipton.
You have to take care of that. It's obviously hard to rebound an air ball. I understand that, Qualk. But at the same time, you have to be able to see both the ball and your man, put a body on your guy, They didn't make it happen. P.J. Hall, though, able to clean up the mess.
Alec Freem denied at the rim that time. Deflection there out to Hunter. From one Hunter to another. That may have been tipped. I think Suter got a piece of it. Here comes Bellarmine 1-on-3. Suter thought wisely of that, and Galloway thought he had a cheap steal that time.
And I'm not all that mad at that defensive possession. They had numbers. Galloway comes back. He's able to foul. And what happens then is Clemson's able to get back. Well, excuse me, maybe not such a good foul. You had your defense back in position. You were matched up. Got a little undisciplined. You wouldn't expect that from a fifth-year guy.
And Brevin Galloway, a two-time transfer. Interesting story about Brevin. He was going to give up basketball. Realized he had an extra year at Boston College. They'd already allotted his scholarship, and so fortunate enough to transfer back home to play.
And an interesting substitution on that last dead ball, getting Chase Hunter out of the game right before the 4-minute timeout. Try to get him a breather so he can finish out the half.
Dylan Hunter running the point this time down.
I love the pace. And another thing, you enter the ball in from the top of the key like that, PJ, once he gets his explosiveness back, is going to be able to go one-on-one and finish that.
Knights again in a pass and cut set. Looking to get the ball inside the first 20 seconds of the shot clock and then work it back out.
A lot of heavy breathing. You have to stay so engaged on the defensive end for the full 30 seconds. There's no simple pick and roll plays when playing Bellarmine, but continue to do a nice job.
Deep two, too strong for Hatton. Here comes Hunter. Galloway probing.
And that's a hook.
Yep,
pretty easy call. Foul. Galloway getting a little overeager, hooking around the defense, trying to create an advantage. But he's got a big body. He gets in there. He doesn't have to do that in order to get a bucket. Clemson trying to hang on against a tough.
Took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959.
Then we took a hard left in East Africa.
A right at Baja.
A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge.
But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
With DirecTV, I can get live TV and on demand together. Football, housewives. Football, housewives. Football, housewives.
Whoops. Oh, no. The housewives are on the field. I repeat, the housewives are on the field.
I just want to talk!
Who flips the table?
Get your TV together. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to save up to $120.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away.
Get 0% APR on the 2023 Tucson, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Now that's the shakaroni.
Dang, that's huge. Oh, that's my piece of the shakaroni. That's the biggest one we make. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese on that thing. Somebody save me a slice?
No. They'll donate $1 from every Shakaroni to the Papa John's Foundation.
Shakaroni. Oh, bring it in. Shakaroni. Get on beat. Shakaroni. Shakaroni. Shake that wig on, come on. Shakaroni. You guys were so offbeat. Okay. All right, let's eat.
Tigers up 4. Let's take a look at the anatomy of a 3 right here with T.O.
You see Alex Hemingway was able to get loose at the top, but keep an eye on number 33 for Bellarmine. He is put in a pickle. This is a nice roll replace set for the Tigers. P.J. Hall putting pressure on the rim, aggressive towards the basket, let it run. And Alex Hemingway, number 33, he's put in a bind. He doesn't really know where to cover next. Late rotation results in an easy shot for the sniper from Indiana.
You know, 9 different players in this game have made a 3-point shot so far. It's interesting. Clemson's been able to get a lot of good looks. Does it help the Tigers that they've had to game plan so much for Virginia and several other pack line teams that they see every year in the ACC?
Well, a lot of it. The rotation was good. And to go along with what you're saying, every game, whether it's Bellarmine or it's Florida State, obviously contrasting styles, but you have to perform in a certain way to get open shots, right? At the same time, having diversity in your non-conference schedule only bodes to help Clemson.
3 off the mark for Betts. Shefflin the rebound.
And diversity as far as the opponent's style of play, because you look at the ACC from top to bottom. Syracuse is going to play zone. Virginia is going to play the pack line. North Carolina and Florida State, they're going to get up in the passing lanes. So being able to play different types of defenses throughout the season only helps things.
Out of bounds, ball will go to Bellarmine. You mentioned not a lot of poor possessions. That may have been the first one for the Tigers tonight.
Well, they've moved the ball well. And keep in mind, too, ball movement's not going to be overly difficult when playing against a pack line defense. But if you move with pace and you're able to move the back line, the help side, if you will, then shots are going to come easier. How good's the freshman been, Ben Johnson? I mean, he's been quality so far. Ben Middlebrooks a little too handsy, trying to guard out on the perimeter somewhere he's not overly comfortable with. Bellarmine has those guys. Number 12, Langdon Hatton, he can certainly put it on the deck as well.
There's good length for Bellarmine, too. You know, you can tell they've done a good job of finding guys that fit their system in that tri-state area. A lot of Kentucky, a lot of Indiana influence here. But they are tall and long. They've got some good size to be able to finish some of these shots late in the clock, like you talked about.
Well, you look at Justin Betts, he's the smallest guy on the floor right now, and he stands about 6'2", 6'3", but at the same time, long and strong, and they can find ways to finish. And Hunter Tyson got a foul call there, but I thought he got an extra step, Qual.
I did too. I thought the whistle was going to be for a travel. Instead, Johnson ends up drawing it. Let's count the steps for Hunter here.
But Hunter, this is what makes him valuable for the Tigers, too. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a travel. I know the ball is supposed to be floating and all that. That's a travel. Picks it up with 2, takes 3, gets the benefit of the doubt. But Hunter Tyson, that's what makes him valuable. He's somebody who can grab and go. He's a grab-and-go rebounder. And you look at throughout college basketball. I was at the Texas-Gonzaga game. Timmy Allen can do that. Grab a rebound, initiate the break on his own. And what it does is it opens up your offense in semi-break situations to where guys are having to guard at different spots on the floor. And whenever a 4-man is having to pick up out on the perimeter and grab the ball, sometimes you can get some mix-ups.
Suter back in the lineup for the Knights here late in the half. Tyson with 7, make it 8 points to lead all Tigers in scoring in the first half. Now Betts will run the show. Bellarmine looking to respond here. And the Tigers have their largest lead, T.O.
And the style's not going to change. I mean, consistent in their approach, and this is what can beat you. You can do an undisciplined thing, and P.J. Hall tries to go for a steal, and what that does is it puts his teammates out in a bind. So help side has to come over, and then as a result, guys end up fouling late in the clock. Look, go for a steal. Defense has to come over late. Shiflin does a nice job, and then Chase Hunter tries to stay vertical, but the ball fake by Bash Weiland puts him in a bind. And if you're disciplined against Bellarmine, you can guard them. If you try to get out and get steals in the passing lanes, that's where they kill you, because they're not a team that's necessarily going to force the issue. They're going to play off your mistakes. That time, P.J. Hall getting a little overzealous.
And it ends up resulting in a foul for his teammate, Chase Hunter. That's his first. Middlebrooks and Galloway with 2 fouls for Clemson here in the first half. Bellarmine with a little bit of foul trouble as well. Big possession here for the Tigers. You feel like they're trying to pull away, but the Knights keep answering.
And I know that looks like an early shot, but knowing that Bellarmine's going to use the full 30, what that does is that allows Clemson to get their full clock on their last offensive possession.
On the right wing, this is Nick Thielen. Seven to shoot. Down the baseline. Loose ball picked up by Tyson.
And now you can do something early. If you don't get a nice quality look at the beginning of this clock, I like this timeout right here. Brad Brownell got 21 seconds left on the clock, and Clemson's going to be able to figure something out when we come back to close out the first half. Clemson in a battle.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959.
Then we took a hard left in East Africa.
A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter.
And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge.
But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
Don't even think about going anywhere at halftime. We got a load of information for you. We got analysis. We got stats. We're going to take a look at what's happened the first couple weeks of ball in the ACC. And, of course, lots of highlights, lots of good shooting. Who doesn't love good shooting?
I love good shooting. And I know, Kwok, you were a high-level high school shooter as well. So
that's right. You need all those qualifiers, by the way.
That's
high
right.
school.
And if you have to go to the bathroom at halftime, you can do that. You get about 2.5 minutes. So make sure you get back for halftime. But Hunter Tyson, good defensive possession, setting up his team for not the last shot, but a chance to get a quality shot to close the half.
I was going to say, so here you want to use the whole clock if you're Clemson and make Bellarmine rush with less than 10 to go. Got a 9-second difference here.
Bellarmine coming out in a zone just to kind of mix up what Clemson's been doing. They don't play a lot of zone, just kind of a change of pace to make Clemson make some decisions.
Well, you saw there, it delayed Clemson about 8 seconds in getting into any action. And a foul whistled, and the entire Bellarmine bench really pleased with the way they defended there. But the foul at the end of the clock by Thielen. Let's take a look at it.
This is a pretty no-brainer call. Kwok has his arm around number 30. You see that left hand getting wrapped around, trying to get position. I actually like the adaptation by Chase Hunter. He got rid of the ball really quick, made the defense shift, gets it back, and looks into PJ, who's battling against the center guy in the 2-3 zone.
Free throw for PJ, a bit short.
We'll see what substitutions we have coming in. 12 seconds to go. If Brad likes to switch somebody in, maybe get a little bit faster.
Looks like Dylan Hunter's going to go to the table. Second free throw is good. And they're going to get P.J. Hall out of the game, so a smaller lineup here.
You get smaller, you get a little bit faster. The only thing is, if Bellarmine's able to get a shot up with about 4 seconds, you're going to really have to box out. You're a little bit smaller at this juncture. Make sure you take care of the full possession here on this last possession.
Got to get one up. A heave on the wing, short, and there's a rebound by Tyson. Good defending there on Justin Betts. We'll take you to halftime. Get you caught up on the first half right after this.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions.
Going along with Towson, that's going to be a much more difficult game than I think people realize on paper. They had 3 players on the CAA preseason first team. I mean, that's a talented squad. They should win that league. And what a lot of people don't understand, Kwok, is scheduling is so vastly important. If you look last season, I thought Wake Forest in the Atlantic Coast was a tournament team, but they scheduled so weak during the non-con, it really came back to bite them.
Are you calling that game? Clemson Towson? A lot of good notes.
I actually will be there.
I was going to say, man. Basket counts. P.J. Hall whistled for the foul. Good start for Bellarmine there as they get a nice backdoor cut here.
And if you just build a wall around that three-point line, don't get lazy. That's not a good possession to open up the second half if you're Clemson. You have to come out ready to go. You know what they're going to be. Are they going to vary up some of their immediate actions? Maybe. But if you're disciplined for that full 30 seconds, like we talked about at the beginning of the game, you should be able to guard this team.
Bash Wheeland, a three-point play. He's got 5. Now the Tigers looking to answer. They've been able to do that throughout the game. Here's Galloway, in and out. Tyson the follow, can't get the roll. And now once again a chance to tie or take the lead for the Knights. Pump fake, drive and kick.
Here's where your discipline comes into effect. Don't go for shot fakes. Get in position and play good defense. Make them shoot over the top. The Bellarmine Knights, they're capable of making shots, 6 in the first half. But at the same time, make sure that you stay disciplined for the duration of the clock. And if they're going to make shots like that, like Bash Wheeland, like that's a tough cover in and of itself. But all in all, you guard for 30 seconds, you give a spinning fadeaway, you have to be happy with that.
Super shot for Wheeland. He's got the first 5 of the second half. Tigers reversing the ball. Galloway, a hanger. Tigers back on top.
Second side offense. Clemson moves it from one to the other. And Galloway attacking a closeout, shot fake, and making a difficult one from about 7 feet.
We'll see how Bellarmine responds. They have tied this game 4 times, but have not taken the lead. Galloway tried to take it away, and this would be for the lead. Too strong. Ball's on the deck, and Betts has it. Suter missed it. The tap back is good.
And I actually think Hunter Tyson was the one who tipped that ball in, but Suter got away with a push-off in the post there. Ball came loose. He pushed over Galloway. Got to embrace that physicality whenever he's in the post.
I'm going to say we showed Mike Noonan a while ago. That was an own goal.
This was a high-level pass, and Hemingway's not able to convert.
He skipped 2 passes that time. Bellarmine again looking for its first lead of the night.
They have found a matchup they like, getting Galloway in the post and shooting over the top.
That's going to be a foul inside on Hoff, and there's your rebounding foul.
And here's a tip in. I was pretty sure that Hunter Tyson was the last one to touch this ball. Comes off the rim, and he tries to grab the rebound, and sure enough, Hunter Tyson. I'm assuming that Garrett Tipton gets credit for that basket. You got to get in. You got to do your early work. Coming from a non-rebounder, you got to get out there and put a body on him so that maybe somebody else could get the rebound if you're me.
At least you knew your role. Chase Hunter, another skip pass to Tyson.
That's his second pass in 2 possessions that he's made from the 45 to the opposite corner. He just sees it so well, Walk. And that's something that I'm not sure he developed as much during his time in college, but it's something that he had coming here. But now that he's led at the point guard position for the Tigers, a little change with some departures in the offseason, he's been handed more responsibility.
Betts and Wheeland now leading all Knights with 7 points. Whistle and a foul there. A lot of body contact from Suter. He'll pick up his first.
But second side offense, Clemson, you swing it from one side to the other and you put the defense in a tough closeout. Suter.
Hemingway hasn't really put it on the deck today, so kind of lulled him to sleep a little bit there. Middlebrooks at the 5 now for Clemson. Chase Hunter, 5 assists in the game today, and a good pass there to Galloway.
And how about Galloway getting his feet set? But that's all from Chase Hunter, making his guy draw in, putting him in a little bit of a desperation closeout. Galloway able to deliver.
Tigers back up 4, and again the Knights had it square at 35, but unable to cash in their opportunity, and now they're down 2 possessions. Tipton Going to work. Nice cut down the baseline. And a foul will result in free throws when we come back.
And you have to maintain that discipline. You have to maintain that discipline defensively. But a lot of people are saying the bank has been closed for years. The fundamentals are gone. Not in this game, Qualt. You can forget about it. Both teams using the bank, and Galloway over top of the help side.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away.
Get 0% APR on the 2023 Santa Fe, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
With DirecTV, I can get live TV and on demand together. Football, housewives. Football, housewives. Football, housewives.
Whoops. Oh, no. The housewives are on the field. I repeat, the housewives are on the field.
I just want to talk! Who flips the table?
Get your TV together. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to save up to $120.
When 140-mile-per-hour winds come out of nowhere and try to wipe you off the map. When you look up and see sky where your roof used to be. When the power is out and stays out for 7 or 8 or 10 days. When the phone lines are down and the cell phones have all gone dead, you find out who your friends are. Because the worst brings out our best.
No one loved hot chicken more than my friend Sam. And this juicy, hot, spiced-to-order Dave's Hot Chicken would have been his favorite of all time if it wasn't for his other passion, driving with his head out the sunroof.
Stick your head out, Wiggles.
Wiggles, no! Please don't mess up and die before you eat Dave's.
At Target, you can shop with confidence knowing that if you spot a better Target price, we'll match it with our holiday price match guarantee. Get low prices and great deals so you can holiday your way. Only at Target. Target purchases between 10/6 and 12/24 qualify for a price adjustment.
Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
Welcome back to Little John, Tigers by 4. Tio, it's good to make threes, but it's better when they're set up.
Well, a lot of the actions before the shot actually happens. Look at Alex Hemingway right here. This is one of the most selfless and intelligent basketball plays I've seen in some time. Look at, he's calling for the screen, and Chase Hunter's able to find him. But calling for a screen that far away from the basketball and knowing where the rotation's going to come, Alex Hemingway, that is a selfless play for a player that just understands the game and where the rotations are going to be. Chase Hunter's done he's done a nice job of finding his teammates, but at the same time, some of these other actions go not uncalled for, that's the wrong word, but they go unwarranted or uncredited. Credited, that's what I'm looking for.
That's the word.
That's the word I'm looking for. Alex Hemingway, what an intelligent basketball play. He comes from Indiana. I mean, you would assume those sort of things would happen, right?
That's true.
But in the flow of the offense, even more so, right? This wasn't something that Brad drew up. This is something Alex Hemingway saw in the defense, finds his open teammate, and helps him get more open.
Well, and it helps to have a shooter who's not necessarily shooting the ball, but who understands how to get his fellow shooters open. He knows what he needs. Chauncey Wiggins.
It's another good look for the Tigers. Screen roll action. That second guy coming up gets an easy look. Wiggins not able to convert.
Again, Bellarmine looking for layups.
Wiggins just needs to hang with it. I mean, he's young. He's going to figure it out. All the skill is there that you would need. Just needs to stick with it.
Late clock, Tipton, 3 to shoot. Backdoor cut. Got to get it up, and no urgency right there from the Knights. That's just a poor mistake.
Another quality defensive possession, the full 30. Clemson continues to rotate even with a freshman in. You're still able to find, or not find, but maintain your effort level for that entire shot clock. Uncharacteristic of Bellarmine, they don't typically turn the ball over. To have 11.
Short for Hemingway there.
Shows Clemson's defensive presence.
Yeah, we talked about at halftime. Clemson +9 in points off turnovers. And how about Tipton?
Okay, so I'm watching that play develop. The ball is moving quickly. That's where you have to communicate on the backside. Number 21, Chauncey Wiggins, he has to, if you can't find your man, you at least have to communicate where you're going to be next, right? That's one of your learning curves as a freshman. If nothing else, be loud, and then you can help your teammates figure it out.
Chase Hunter off the bounce at 3. He was frustrated that whole possession. Can the Knights take the lead? Another chance here under 14 minutes to play. They have not led. This game has been tied now 5 different times. Nice cut. They can lead. Whelan delivers. He's got 9.
And it's the continuous movement. It's a cumulative effect when playing Bellarmine. They're never going to change the way they play. They're going to continue to whittle away.
Tigers down 1 as Brad Brownell wants to talk it over. We'll come back to Clemson in just a moment.
It's bow time. This holiday season, put a bow on it with a big bow box for your family, friends, and neighbors. Because nothing says seasonings greetings like boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, and biscuits. Tonight, order a big bow box and spend less time in the kitchen. It's bow time.
The Getaway Sales Event is going on now at the all-new South Charlotte Hyundai. When the weather gets colder, the deals get hotter. With leases on Hyundai starting as low as $219 a month, you're not going to want to miss out. We have over 200 new Hyundais available right now, ready for you to drive home today. Each new vehicle comes with America's best warranty, plus 3 years of complimentary Hyundai maintenance with Hyundai Assurance. A grand opening, a grand sales event, and a grand selection of vehicles. All of this going on now at the all-new South Charlotte Hyundai.
Oh, hey there, darling, let me count on you. The road is long and I'm scared what I might find. I'll be safe with you by my side. Ain't nothing out there can take it stride. I know you hold me up so I can fly.
Cycling was a lifesaver. It really was.
You know, when we first talked about the business, I could tell it was more than just a new direction for you.
Yeah, it's a full-time passion now.
It wasn't the easiest journey, was it?
Hanging on for the ride, that's half the fun. Staying ahead of your competition, that's the other half.
There's always more ground to cover. Let's find a way.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Brought you Big Hero 6.
Our mission is dangerous.
What is this place? Discover the strange creatures of Strange World.
Don't touch that. Hey, stop pushing buttons.
Disney's Strange World, rated PG.
All right, Bellarmine up 1. They get the layup here, Tio. Walk us through this play.
Well, this is something that doesn't happen at the beginning of the game. Chase Hunter in the middle turns his head, and it's a cumulative effect whenever you're playing Bellarmine. They're going to continue to run their stuff. You have to stay engaged. Lose the side of the ball, lose the side of his man, and that ends up being an easy layup for Bellarmine. And that's kind of what happens after 30 minutes of playing, maintaining your discipline for the duration. And I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, and I've said it 1,000 times. But at the same time, that's what's happening. I can't change what's in front of me. And Bellarmine, if they're able to attack you in the last 10 minutes and you wear down, that's where they can beat you.
I've got a follow-up here once possession changes, and now it does. You know, the Knights ran a lot of offense and just didn't get any shots for about 20 seconds in their offense. That's what they do. That was a rare early clock play. You wonder if Chase relaxed his body knowing maybe I don't have to guard quite as hard until about 12 on the clock.
Well, even in their game against Louisville, they're opportunistic. They're just not going to force the issue.
A lot of back cuts, a lot of screens, exchanges, late in the clock. What a shot there. I don't care that he missed.
And how about number 42, Kurt Hoff, just maintaining his effort, disengaging from Schifflin's box out. If you're not as big as the opponent, you better outwork him. And Schifflin needs to go around and work before that ball hits the rim.
Whelan just got that ball to the rim, and now a lob and a miss there as Hoff hit the deck, and a whistle and a foul as Schifflin again going to draw the whistle.
That was a heck of a draw up. Hoff coming from the corner, a very good screen. You have to communicate that screen. And he probably should have dunked that, Qualk. I'm not sure he was quite high enough, but a little push in the back. Good call, Schifflin getting both hands on him.
2 quick fouls for Ian. That's his first 2 of the game, and he'll come out as P.J. Hall comes back. You know, Brad Brownell not happy about that at all, and I can't read lips from the back of the head, but I'm not sure I need to after that exchange.
I can assure you, you don't want to.
Correct. Tigers haven't scored in 3:17, and that's allowed the Knights to go on a 7-0 run and build a 3-point lead. A little bit of nerves here in the Little John crowd. P.J. Hall, a tough catch, and he will get free throws as Hoff is whistled for his 4th.
And I like that set. You get Wiggins with the ball in his hands and a baseline runner, so what it does is it drags the defense with you. Got away with a little bit of hold of a quick decision, though, Qualk. That's the key whenever he gets the ball in down low, because that double team's coming quick. If he's able to make a quick decision like on that possession, he can either score or get fouled.
They got Betts for that foul from behind, the contact on the arm, not the body from Hoff. So that's a good news for Bellarmine as Hoff goes back to 3 and Betts has just 1 foul. P.J. Hall, very talented player from Spartanburg. Pulls the Tigers within 1.
And here it comes back. Brad Brownell, in the first half, I mentioned that he calls Bellarmine like a team that loves the option or runs the ball a lot in football, right? You're not going to get that many possessions, and once they get the ball back, they're going to run it all the way down, so it's hard to make runs. It's a wear-down effect. They're constantly whittling at your defense.
3 on the way. In and out, no good from Betts. Tyson with a rebound. Hunter Tyson now 11 points and 6 rebounds today. Chase Hunter. Pump fake. Nowhere to throw the ball. Nice feed on the entry. P.J. Hall's going to go back to the line after a timeout on the floor.
That's a tough shot, trying to post up in the post, maintain his strength, and they're going to need him as they try to battle back. Down 1.
With more rental listings than anybody else, it was just inevitable that you were going to find everything that you were looking for on Apartments.com. It's got 12-foot ceilings, in-unit laundry, free parking, and central AC. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
Feels like a change is
This is your Mazda moment. At Keffer Mazda, we have quality vehicles arriving daily. Even if you don't see what you're looking for, we make it easy to buy or reserve your new Keffer Mazda today. Trade in or trade up. We'll give you more than ever before, even if you don't buy one of ours. Shop more new Mazda models and get more for your trade. Upgrade today.
Think Keffer Mazda. Move Keffer Mazda.
You're helping her study for a geography test. You're helping her study for a geography test. But how can you think about states and cities when a burger with steak, butter, and bacon sounds like the best, with grilled onions and 2 slices of cheese? Father-daughter cheeseburgers, what's better than that? She's about to find out. You can't read a map. Hey! Sonic steak, butter, bacon, cheeseburger.
Sonic.
Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
Pacifico is a crisp golden lager, brewed for those who know. It's what's behind a label that matters.
You spent your life carefully building a legacy. We'll be just as careful helping you pass it on.
From the studio that brought you Big Hero 6.
Our mission is dangerous.
What is this place?
Discover the strange creatures of Strange World.
Don't touch that. Hey, stop pushing buttons.
Disney's Strange World, rated PG.
11:57 to play. PJ Hall going to the line, T.O. This is one of the best players in the league, second team all-conference. He's not 100% right now, really gutting it out.
No, he's a tough kid, and he is working his way back from injury, and you can see it whenever he's trying to post up and hold his position. That right leg has really been bothering him. Now, he is coming back. I talked to the strength coach today. He has worked his way back to where his strength was prior to the injury, so that's a big thing. Just getting back comfortable to when he's playing in the low post is going to be huge, and they're going to need him, Clark. I mean, not just this game. This game is obvious. But as they move into December and those games, we showed that schedule earlier, how it's starting to ramp up and you're going to play a lot of high major opponents. He's going to be a major part of what you're doing because what he provides for you offensively.
Well, Clemson goes down 3, and where does the ball go? Goes into PJ, he makes 4 free throws, and all of a sudden you're back up 1.
That's exactly right.
Incredibly important piece for the Tigers. 10 points off the bench tonight in about 16 minutes of game time. Ball reversal again for the Knights with 10 on the clock. This is scoring time. Betts puts it on the floor. 4-3 over Wiggins. In and out, no good. A tough miss for Whelan.
Every part of the rim and out. And look at this semi-transition. Where do you go? Right at the rim. Chase Hunter not able to connect.
A lot of in and out on both sides here in the first few minutes. We might not have seen that at all in the first half. A lot of shots going down in the first 20 minutes.
Both of these teams' efforts defensively, I mean, they stay after it, and they're continuously alert. That's a big-time move by Peter Suter. We talked about his inside-out versatility. Brevin Galloway's a strong player, and he's a fifth-year player, and he's still able to take advantage in the post.
You know, Suter probably a little bit more motivated tonight. He's the leading scorer on this team, but he didn't get a point against Louisville as a foul's whistled against him right there. You know that's a bit of motivation against a high major, and he gets buckets like this.
Well, I mean, that's a nice move. Galloway getting a little bit too high, and that's just Suter playing big boy ball. 6'5", I would venture to guess, maybe even closer to 6'6", big, broad shoulders. Good balanced footwork and a finish.
Freshman from Carmel, Indiana. This is really a veteran team. You mentioned it.
Only one
freshman getting time, yeah.
Only one freshman. He happens to be on the floor right now, and Ben Johnson, who's hit a couple of threes. But you have to settle into this system to realize that the offense is going to find you if you're patient. And that's not an easy thing to teach a lot of freshmen is patience.
Tough shot from Tyson, and the rebound batted to Galloway. The floater in the lane, and the Tigers back on top. Brevin Galloway not seeking his shot as much tonight, but 8 points. He's been efficient. Suter, no look. Right-handed hook. Good contest by Middlebrooks there on Hop.
And Middlebrooks just using his strength on the interior. Nice play. Now the double team's coming. You have to recognize where it's going to come for him. And nice move, the big fella from Florida. That's not a big part of his game. Mostly a dirty work guy. Good balance, spin to the baseline, uses his size to get over the top.
Now the crowd getting behind the Tigers a little bit here. And a foul whistled against... Let's see who this is on here. It's going to be on Middlebrooks.
But his activity, Qualk, has really helped this Tigers team. He stays active, taps it out. Galloway, he'll pick it up and gather it. Little floater. Next possession down. Middlebrooks ends up with the ball in a semi-break. Good fake. Uses his weight. Finishes over the top.
It's a development bucket right there. Last year, he probably travels when the double team comes or throws it away.
Or kicks it.
That's right.
One of those things. But he has developed into a better player in large part because he's needed to over the summer with P.J. Hall being out.
Brad Brownell wanted an illegal screen out there on the left wing. Didn't get the call.
It's been a physical game, Qualk. If you look around the floor, guys are bleeding. Alex Hemingway's got a big patch of blood. That is a physical move.
How about Suter flexing to the bench, baby?
How about that? Strong right-handed move, puts his shoulder in the defense, has the advantage. Finishes over the top.
1 point game. Where's the ball go? Inside out from P.J. Hall. Chase Hunter gets the roll.
That's where he's made that step, Qualk, is being a reliable guy when the game is sort of in the balance. Staying poised, maintaining his composure, and knocking down a big shot. And it's physical. This has turned into a physical basketball. Every cut has been physical. Guys are playing extremely hard on every cut, trying to ramp up that. That's an interesting trip right there. Ooh, I don't see that too often. Middlebrooks, I mean, that's a good call. But you can see they're trying to embrace being more physical here in the last 5 or so minutes, Qualk, after giving up a couple of easy buckets early in the second half.
Last foul on Wiggins. How about that backdoor cut? Wiggins again defending, 6 to shoot. Tough shot from Johnson. Tyson going to lead the break and now going to slow it up a little bit.
I like the decision. Get what you want out of this break right here. Find a way to get PJ the ball. Little floppy action as Hemingway works his way off. And you have to be more responsible with the basketball. You're only up 4. Wiggins comes off the screen. You got to make a better inbounds pass, but this is a grown move. And Suter, he can knock down threes. Sure, he shoots it at a 36% clip so far this season. But where he is really good is attacking the rim and using those broad shoulders.
Suter 6'5", 210. You already pegged Hunter Tyson as 30 years old. P.J. Hall, a grown man junior. And he hit a shot over both of them. Lefty three. Yes, sir. How about big 42 Hop coming in, hitting his second 3 of the night.
And he does it with consistency. This is not some luck of the draw shot. He hit big shots against Louisville, and they're upset. PJ being forced to come out and guard after a lot of movement. Not an easy cover.
Galloway downhill. Foul on the give. Tigers will go to the line.
And Bellarmine knocking down shots. Mr. Hop stepping out. The 5-man. Every part of the rim and in. Bellarmine battling, and they're fired up about it.
Are you ready for football to get down to the nitty-gritty? or whatever this is? Are you making plans for football? Flying for football? Flexing for football? And brushing up on your Spanish for football?
Tu defensa es basura. Eso.
Are you standing up, breaking down, and staying hyped for football? Good. Then you're ready.
Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on select vehicles. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
No one loved hot chicken more than my friend Sam. And this juicy, hot, spiced to order Dave's hot chicken would have been his favorite of all time if it wasn't for his other passion, driving with his head out the sunroof.
Stick your head out, Wiggles!
Wiggles, no! Please don't mess up and die before you eat Dave's.
Mac, what year was it again?
1988. So 34 years ago, 17 restaurants and 10 branches later.
You drove the vision. I made sure the financing worked.
You sure did.
So what's next, Mac?
It's a new chapter, and I want to do things that I'm passionate about for my community.
Retirement. Mac style. Let's find a way.
What if you were a global energy company with customers in different places on different systems? So you call in IBM and Red Hat to create an open hybrid cloud platform. Now data is available anywhere securely. Let's create a hybrid cloud that can change an industry. IBM, let's create.
Pretty soon this whole place will feel like home.
Let's get on with it, shall we?
Ho, ho, ho.
This game is not over.
We're looking for something special we will never forget.
What about someone special? Oh, I'm Groot.
Sometimes you just have to take a leap.
Formula One cars are like aircraft but upside down. They're creating lift, but they're creating lift in the opposite sense. We're pushing the tyres into the ground.
The only bit that actually touches the ground are the tyres, so as much downforce as you can have is just key to going faster through those phases.
Aerodynamics is the prime performance differentiator on a Formula One car. So that's also why we dedicate a lot of resource, a lot of focus on aerodynamics.
We talked a lot about Chase Hunter. I just think part of his development is trying to be a good example to his younger brother, Dylan. And then you got the Nassifs on the Clemson roster as well. So you got two sets of brothers, which makes for an interesting dynamic.
It's the only school in the country with two sets of brothers on a team. There's several teams with brothers on their respective collegiate basketball teams, but having two says a lot about the family atmosphere here at Clemson, kind of bringing that extra guy. And Chase and Dylan were both high-level recruits, both top 100 recruits. To be able to get both of those guys in the fold, regardless of if they were brothers or not, was huge.
And Dylan was committed to Baylor for a long time. At the end of his process, decommitted and ended up here in Clemson. And Brad Brownell certainly appreciative of that, as we've got a foul inside on Hop, and this will be his fourth foul.
This is significant. Now Clemson's in the bonus. They're in 1-1. This game could very well come down to free throws because of how physical it's been played away from the basketball. And that's where the majority of these foul calls have occurred, Qual.
Ian Shefflin going to the line. Knocks it down. Shefflin, 7.3 points, 6.7 rebounds a game as a sophomore. He had a great opener with a double-double, 20 and 14 against the Citadel.
He was excellent against the Citadel, and he is what he is. I mean, he's a strong kid, a little bit undersized at the 5 position, but he can step out. He does his early work, and they're going to need him to be big here in the stretch run of this ballgame.
Brad Brownell trying to implore his team to defend here, up by 3 with 7.5 to play for the tie. Way too strong there and quick from Suter. Tigers on the break, Shefflin!
And that is another rim run. Shefflin getting out in transition, and that's where he poses a different threat than PJ. PJ in the half court in a set offense, you're going to be in better shape, but Shefflin out in transition. The ball's moving up the court, and he ends up with a nice one around the rim.
30-second timeout for Bellarmine.
What makes for a great story? A great story has magic, power, and every once in a while, it has miracles. It needs an opening that sucks you in, and a mind-blowing ending that has you hanging on every snap. That's what makes for a great story. And as luck would have it, that's our story.
Walk us through how Ian Shefflin turns defense into offense right here, Tio.
Well, this is all about effort. You're going to see number 4 highlighted on the screen. Shot goes up. It comes off. He does his early work, boxes out, and look at his effort running the floor. Chase Hunter, nice advance pass, and Shefflin's rewarded. That's a big-time move. Whenever you're struggling in the half court those extra effort plays and running the floor hard give you extra opportunities to get easy looks.
Tipton. Nice pass underneath. Betts, pump fake. Now again. The Knights will take their time. Tipton a deep 3, in and out. Another one. Scramble on the floor. Shefflin gets rid of it to Chase Hunter. 3-on-3. Chase will do it himself.
Wow! Even he was shocked. Transition. Bank from the top of the key.
Toes on the line. It was a 2-point basket. Clemson's opened up its largest lead now of 7. It's a big possession here for the Knights. 6:20 to play. Betts. Nowhere to operate. And Hemingway, too handsy on the drive.
Hemingway a little bit too much, but Chase Hunter, you need him to hit big shots. He's hit some in the past few possessions, but how about this? What's that saying, Quack? It's better to be lucky than good. Oh, I'm not sure. They might need to go back and look at that one.
Yeah,
but the bank is open. The bank is open. From the top of the key, no less.
I still prefer the wheelchair bank. That's my favorite one.
I like that one too.
Free throw up and good for Wheeland. He's now got 10. He leads all Bellarmine scores. Brad Brownell's asking Raymond Steins right now if they can look at that. They're going to look at it to see whether it was a 3, and I think Brad Brownell's going to like the result here.
He certainly has a point. I thought he was behind.
6:16 to play, and now the Tigers are up 5.
Look where Clemson's gotten their points here in the recent possessions, playing with pace, getting out and running a little bit, and then making quick decisions. And Ian Shefflin, a grown man move. Chase Hunter, an excellent pass from the top of the key. Shefflin doing Shefflin things with his effort and strength around the bucket.
Ian Shefflin, what a second half for him. Look at this strong move with his back to the goal.
That's an excellent entry pass. Betts getting up, tries to maintain his verticality. He's fired up. That was a big-time finish by the sophomore.
Shefflin now with 9 points, and the Tigers up 8, 61-53. In the corner, Wheeland. He's been the hot hand. Betts sheds a defender. And a foul, not a travel. Crowd wanted a travel, but it's going to be Hemingway that gets a whistle.
And Hemingway got off balance. That's what happened on that possession. Was there a lot of contact? No, but whenever you get up over top like that, it's really tough.
He's pleading his case over there, not going to win the argument. That's Alex's 3rd. Betts will head to the line. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Betts 4 of 5 on free throws coming in. This Bellarmine team just a hair under 74% for the year. And they're right on that tonight, 8 of 11 thus far. Second free throw didn't even move the net.
Give the Bellarmine Knights credit. It's consistent. Their effort's consistent. Oh, wow.
Foul on Chase Hunter, and that was a heck of a tumble by Suter. Wow.
I want to see this because there was a lot of contact, but at the same time, it's a good call. You can't run directly into him, and he did sell it, sure. That's about as much of a moving screen as I've seen.
That's the first empty possession for Clemson in a while. They've made 6 straight shots.
It's turned into a really physical basketball game, Paul.
Fatigue maybe playing a factor in some of that. Ball poked away. Galloway tried to chase it down. It will be Knights ball with 9 to shoot and 5:13 on the game clock. Check out the hands here.
Getting out and trade. Galloway's done a nice job in the early season of getting out in the passing lanes and trying to initiate the break, but there's not a lot of mistakes for this Bellarmine team, almost able to capitalize.
Difference there in a run-out dunk and a ball out of bounds is inside-outside hand, right? Pump fake, drive, no go for Tipton. Tigers by 6.
Crowd starting to really get into it, Qual. The energy in the building over the last 2 minutes has really improved. And a lot of it is because of how physical Bellarmine's playing.
Tyson off balance. There's a rare miss. 1st and 7 shots for the Tigers. Knights playing with a little different energy right now. A little different pace to them. 3 on the way. No good.
I don't like this call at all, Walk, and I'm not sure if a foul by Hemingway. Hemingway trying to box out, and he's been guilty of this, but they are coming up underneath and hooking his arms. You see on the left arm of Garrett Tipton, he gups up underneath, and that results in the foul because I feel like Hemingway's holding on for dear life. And that's happened pretty consistently over the last 3 minutes.
That'll be the 4th foul on Hemingway. Again, you're late in the game, so no need to really sub, but Middlebrooks with 4 and Hemingway with 4 right now for Clemson. You see it, Alex with 6 points on a couple threes. Tipton hits both free throws, and here come the Knights again, just chipping back into this one, a 4-point game. Hemingway looking for a 3, finds it.
That's the same play in the first half. A screen and roll, and then you have a replace guy as Hemingway coming up, getting his feet set and knocking it down.
Physical drive, no good on the layup by Suter, but he earned a couple of free throws. Foul on Galloway. Big 3 for Hemingway here, T.O.
And it's that same roll replace action. Hemingway getting his feet set, letting it fire. We've got a close one to close it out.
This might be the most emotionally charged match of the modern era.
So Black Girl Hockey Club is all about building a community within the community.
A heart-pounding atmosphere.
This is the loudest that has ever been here.
What can I do for you, man?
Really craving nacho fries.
Ads are working.
What ads?
Oh, like all the pictures I put over here in the bedroom. I put that there.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR on the 2023 Santa Fe, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Here's to the guy with the tree in his kitchen
who can't talk right now because his elderly neighbor needs help. Here's to the generator in the middle of the street, with extension cords running to 4 different houses. Here's to the countless acts of kindness that helped the Midwest recover from one of the worst storms in recorded history. You've given a whole new meaning to the term silver lining. The worst brings out our best.
Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday gift-giving magic for all those project-doing, technology-loving, tool-organizing, woodshop-working people in your life. Get Black Friday savings all through November at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Looking for the perfect gift for the one you love? The Diamonds Direct gift guide is here to help with everything from classic diamond studs to on-trend fashion jewelry. Find the perfect piece to celebrate the relationships that make life meaningful. Your love, our passion. Find us online at diamondsdirect.com.
Well, when you went to break, the Tigers were up 7. They went back and reviewed Chase Hunter's bank shot that was originally called a 2, and they've ruled it a 3 now.
That's a good call. And by multiple angles, they have more cameras in here, Qualk, than a lot of other places. Let's
You're
put
right.
it that way. An excellent look right here, just behind the line, and we're going to get one more look at it. Terrific camera work all the way around. But right behind it, in a bank, on this occasion, is worth 3.
That gives Hunter 12 points. He leads all Clemson scores. We talked about balance in the open for Bellarmine. Clemson's got balance. They got 4 in double figures and 2 more with 9 tonight.
Well, you have to. Whenever you play a team like Bellarmine that's really good on the help side, that ball has to move, right? And whenever you swing it, gets a second side offense, the beneficiary is going to be whoever the open man is, not one particular player. And on a night when P.J. Hall has been good, but he's struggled because he just doesn't seem to look or feel right, you have other guys stepping up in his place.
Suter splits a pair of free throws. He's got 9 now. Whelan's got 11. They've got 3 with 9, 1 with 8. So again, the balance theme holds true for the Knights. Inside feed again. Shefflin blocked, but a foul.
And I know he was going to try to dunk it, but going up with your left hand, you get an and one opportunity. Nonetheless, nice job in pass. Betts just not big enough to compete on the inside.
That's a heck of a mismatch right there. Betts is 6'3".
And he's the ASUN Defensive Player of the Year in the preseason. So, I mean, he's switchable, he's strong, he's smart, but at the same time, sometimes 6 inches in height. I mean, that's a lot to overcome.
Shefflin looking to extend the lead to 9 and does. That matches Clemson's largest of the night. Ian Shefflin with 11 points. A lob, no good. Suter can't find it.
And he never really grabbed that ball fully and just hoped to tip it in. But nice set coming out of a timeout. You get a good look. You have to convert if you're Bellarmine.
Hunter, lob inside. Another paint finish for the Tigers.
And that's Shefflin being physical even though they're playing in front of him. And what happens is you get that ball on the top of the key or towards the free throw line, it's hard to send help over that direction, especially when you make a quick decision to score.
Chase Hunter going to get called for a bump. You could see that a mile away. Let's look back at that Shefflin play.
And this was a great pass, but you'll see coming from the top of the key where the help side is, number 2, Frem gets over a little bit too late. And that's what happens. It makes that rotation a lot longer coming from the corner.
Betts 2 for 2 from the line, rims it out. The Knights with 4 missed free throws and just 2 for 10 on threes after the half.
This has been an impressive display by both teams, but Clemson to be able to, after there's about a 4-minute stretch at the beginning of this half clock where Clemson lost focus a little bit on the defensive end, especially off the ball, gave up a couple of back doors. They've stepped up that intensity back, and it's led to easier buckets.
Hoff back on the floor with 4 fouls. Bellarmine, though, needing his presence inside. He's guarding Shefflin down the floor right now.
And chases, I mean, he's just so good with the basketball. Putting him in screen and rolls with a lot of room to operate.
Galloway, strong move and finish.
That's a big-time move. Galloway, he has shocked some people with his ability to put the basketball on the floor. That's a big-time move. He didn't do that last year at Boston College. Struggled with some injuries. Certainly capable.
How about Whelan with a nice move? Just couldn't get the roll.
And all those shots, all those little bank shots that were occurring in the first half, not falling here in the second. They're still getting the same opportunities, the same looks. But I think I counted 7 or 8 times where they've just hit every part of the rim and out.
Hunter, that's an exclamation point.
And who else? I mean, Galloway realizing what he can do, setting up Chase Hunter in the corner.
That's a hard foul there on Galloway.
I don't think that was intentional, truth be told.
It looked like they ran together, and maybe he was trying to keep Betts from falling there.
Galloway playing exceedingly physical, but here on the opposite side, Alex Hemingway seeing the floor. Nice move, attacking a closeout. He didn't have that in his bag last year. College of Charleston, he did when he played in Colonial. Moves up to the ACC level, and now things change a little bit, but his ability to put it on the floor is a welcome addition. But we're going to take a look at this last foul, trying to get back. It looked like he was trying to hold him up. It didn't seem like there was all that much. Right there, trying to hold him up, right?
That's what it looks like. I mean, the bump is the foul, right? They're not calling the grab. I think the foul had already been administered at that point.
That being said, we are glass half full guys.
For sure.
Right, I could see if you're a Bellarmine fan where it looks like he's pushing him down on a cut to an open layup, right? But at the same time, they're going to call a flagrant 1. So it'll be 2 shots and the basketball for Bellarmine. A little shocking if you ask me. I didn't think it was completely intentional, but it was a non-basketball play, therefore resulting in 2 free throws in the basketball for the Knights.
That will be Galloway's 4th foul. So this could be big for the Knights here. Again, they're going to need quite a lot of things to go their way, down 15 with 1:41 to go, but
I'm not sure they're a team that's really geared to do something like that.
If they are, though, they're going to score with the clock stopped. And then potentially, if you can get this in a 3, a 5-point possession, all of a sudden the math starts to make a little more sense. But you're right, though. This is, you talked about it being a running team in football.
That's right. Well, you look at Virginia, too. Are they a team that's built to come from behind? Not necessarily, right? Because of the pace they play. They're still going to run some clock whenever they do run some offense. Who's going to be that guy for them to get them back in it quick? That's the question. Or do they even have that guy? Ben Johnson, who checks into the ball game number 33, he can knock down some shots as well. Makes his entry. Clemson needs a stop here.
3 of the 5 players on the floor right now for Bellarmine have hit 3s today, and Whelan wasn't one of them. That's his first 3-point make and a 5-point possession and a timeout with 1:38.
I love that. It's a curl screen, bringing in Johnson, who's a shooter, as a decoy to come off a screen and curl, and he takes Shiflin's guy with him. Shiflin, number 4, Coach Brownell giving him a talking to, but Shiflin's been good today, though, Quan.
He's been terrific, especially in the second half. He's got 11 points.
And a lot of it's been on effort plays, whether it be rolling to the basket, running the floor with pace, getting easy layups, and then majority here lately have been off hard post-ups and post feeds to where he's just exerting his strength. And he's been good at times this season. You mentioned 20 and 14 against the Citadel in the first game of the year. And he's somebody who doesn't just survive on effort plays. He's somebody who can step out on the perimeter. He hasn't shown that as much today, but at the same time, certainly bringing value with his effort.
Shefflin, a sophomore from Grayson High School in Loganville, Georgia.
That Clemson needs to handle this pressure. And Chase Hunter has been a terrific point guard for you. This is going to be a big part of what he does and his development. How do you handle pressure when they send a second defender? And there's an example somewhere where he needs to grow.
Bounce pass, missed the layup. And Hunter the rebound. So close from Suter, and this ball, it found Galloway. I thought it was thrown to space, personally.
And Coach Brownell motioning Chase to come over. Nice grab by Galloway. He'll shoot too, but this is a part of Chase Hunter's development as the point guard of this team, right? Handling pressure in less than a minute 30 to go, and your team's up. They're going to send that extra guy. He doesn't turn it over much, Paul, but this is another part where he hasn't necessarily been in this situation as much. Up a certain amount of points, has to control the ball just so you can run some clock at the end.
To that point, 8 assists, 3 turnovers for Chase today. That gives him 23 assists to 6 turnovers on the season. Knights need a bucket after 2 free throws from Galloway. And they can't afford to use a lot of clock here. And yet, they are.
This is kind of what you say. Clemson up 12, you got to get a shot up in a hurry. And that's obviously not one that you want if you're the Bellarmine Knights. And it looks like they might let them play it out.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to foul. Tigers will use the clock here and get a shot up 12. And as you say, this is a very good win for the Tigers, and their fans certainly appreciate the effort.
And they should. I mean, this is a wire-to-wire game. People don't understand how difficult of a game this is to play as a player. And how about a cherry on top? A little bit short.
See if the Knights can finish on a positive note here.
This is a gritty win, Qualk. I mean, for Clemson to be able to get this against a Bellarmine team that's already had upsets in the early going of this season, but to be able to maintain your focus. There was a 3-minute slip-up at the beginning of the second half. After that, I mean, you have to applaud their effort off the ball, their intensity. This is a much better win than I think people realize.
Tigers shot 54% in the second half. They fell behind, T.O., like you said. They had to play a little bit of gut check time. They went to P.J. Hall, Chase Hunter, and then Ian Shefflin closed it out for them.
Ian Shefflin was terrific. Chase Hunter hit some big shots as well, but to be able to maintain